This next speaker is doing more to advance the future of immersive computing than anyone else I know. Please welcome the CEO of Envelop VR, Bob Berry.
Thanks, Cosmo. Clicky, clicky. Hello, VRLA. It's great to be here. Thank you, Cosmo. Thanks to the VRLA crew for having us. It's been a fantastic show so far. It's really exciting. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about immersive computing. You will notice that at VRLA, there are a lot of heavy focus on content. I mean, we're in LA after all, right? There's a lot of fantastic games, experiences, storytelling technologies. And this is a little bit different. Immersive computing is a fundamentally new way for humans to interact with compute resources, data, and other humans. To really kind of dig into what that is, let's look at some technology trends, like historically, and see how we've arrived to this place that we are, and get a sense of where we're going. If you think back to 1950s, the amount of time it took for humans to ask a computer a question and get a response could be measured in hours or even days. If your punch cards had an error in them, you might not get a response at all. And then you might have to reschedule your time on the mainframe, maybe drive there the next day. You're literally having to go to the computer. You have to travel to get there to ask your question. Computers got closer to us. The home computer, the mini computer in our office allowed us to ask a question while we're at work, eventually at home, and eventually we could take them on the road with us with our laptops. It became portable. So that loop, that time it took us to ask a question and get a response has been shrinking. The way we organize information has been changing. The way we store it, the way we're able to search it. The advent of the hyperlink allowed us to quickly jump between information and the answers to different questions that we've already asked the computer. This is the 1994 homepage of Amazon.com. Think about how quickly we've gone from that to the ability to one-click millions of different items and have them shipped to us overnight. Like, that's less than a generation that transformation has occurred. It's very, very quick. Think about the old school BBS systems. We would dial in one at a time, and the way we would communicate with other people is leave a message. It was asynchronous. It's one, I dial in, I post something, somebody else dials in, maybe responds to me. It was slow, it was asynchronous. And now we have the ability to communicate with the world instantly through social media, through Facebook, through Twitter. Think of that communication trend, how quickly that happens. We're talking less than a generation. So the big question on everybody's mind right now, if you think about this awesome computer that we all have in our pockets right now, where I can pick it up, ask it a question in English, hey Siri, who won the game yesterday, and get a response immediately. We're now measuring the time it takes us to ask a computer a question and get a response in seconds. We went from a day to a second, less than a generation. So where is VR right now? Right? That's the question on everybody's mind. Is today's VR, is the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, is it a brick phone? Or is it a flip phone, feature phone? We know it's not the iPhone yet. But where are we on that curve? That's the big question. That's what investors are thinking about, you know? Like, is it too early? Should I place my bets? I don't think we're quite the brick phone. That's probably the sword of Damocles over there. No. That never got out to the public. That was not something you could buy. But for sure, it's closer than most people think, and it's coming faster than most people think. That's just the general technology trend. It's always going to come faster than you think. But what's the purpose of VR, AR, this immersive computing platform? What's the purpose of compute? Why do we do it? It's not just about crunching numbers. It's about us understanding the world. It's about finding meaning in our lives and in the world and understanding our place in it. And VR, immersive technology in general, gives us a fundamentally new way to interact with computers, data, and other humans. We've not experienced this before. It is something completely brand new. And what it's going to lead is to new insights. When I can experience data as a data landscape that I can walk through, and I can lean down and I can stick my face in the data and perceive it from new ways, that's going to be transformative. As an example, when you're looking at 3D data on a flat screen, you're losing so much information about that data. And your brain, even if you're able to rotate the object with the mouse, your brain is still doing mental gymnastics to try to reason about what that 3D thing is that you're looking at. You've lost the extra information your eyes give you as they dart around that object, or the subtle head motions that you might get because it's been flattened. It's just unintuitive. It's not the way humans were meant to experience 3D content. Immersive technology, VR, gives us data that's formatted for our brain. It's the way we're meant to, like we're biologically designed to experience data in this way, where our body is the input to the machine, right? And the output are the displays. It's an intimate connection. Think about this. The iPhone gives us the ability to communicate with the computer in a matter of seconds. What about VR? Your body is the input. We're measuring now motion to photon latency. My body's the input. When I move my head, I'm asking the computer a question. What does the world look like from here? What does the data look like from here? And I have less than 20 milliseconds to give you a response. 20 is the low bar. Like it's probably more like 8. 8 millisecond round trip time from the time I ask the question by moving my body to the time a photon has to hit my eye. And if I don't get that photon to your eye in time, you get sick. That's an intimate connection. My failure can make you sick. And with that intimacy comes vulnerability, right? New attack vectors. I give a whole talk just on immersive security. But just to summarize, if you just think we are now entering kind of like this symbiosis, this relationship with a computer that's so intimate, there's always going to be bad actors out there that are going to try to take advantage of that. And they're going to want to, they're going to, try to make you click on something that takes you into a disco room and has strobe lights and try to give you a seizure, right? You can actually have physiological effects on the person interacting with the computer. That's something new, and that's something that we need to be thinking about. And as content creators, too, we kind of have a responsibility to be thinking about the safety and comfort of our users. And we may have to protect them from themselves occasionally. I don't know about you, but my mom clicks on anything on the internet. And I'm constantly going over there, and it's the most virus-ridden, root-kitted machine you've ever seen in your life. It's obscene, but that's the VR equivalent of that. It has far more serious consequences that we need to be aware of. So where are we going with this? Well, a lot of people place a big distinction between augmented reality and virtual reality. And the reason they're doing that is because the technology that's driving them today are so different. But they're not different. They're two sides of the same coin. In fact, I would call it more of a spectrum. Augmented reality to virtual reality. It's a spectrum of opacity. How opaque is my display? That's all it is. And all along that spectrum are many different use cases. And we're only just starting to scratch the surface of what those might be. But ultimately, what we're leading towards is a mobile mixed reality that combines all of these hot word, buzzword technologies behind me: artificial intelligence, machine vision, big data, cloud compute, immersive technology. We're entering the heart of that. We're breaking through the screen. We're entering the computer. The computer's all around us. The information's all around us. We're entering a world where our walk-around everyday life is going to have relevant contextual information pushed to us throughout the day, and it's going to be information what we want when we need it before we even ask for it. And ultimately, we're entering basically a new reality. It's a mixed reality. And that's how fundamental I believe these technologies are. And it's very obvious to me that's where we're heading. These new technologies are going to turn this into this. And if you haven't seen Keiichi Matsuda's hyper-reality video, I suggest you go Google it and watch it. It's prescient. This is where we're heading. It doesn't have to be quite as dystopian as that might the video makes it out to be. No, but I do believe that we are entering this kind of reality. And it's going to be a intimate, it's going to be a social experience. It's going to change the way we interact with each other. It's going to have profound social implications. But I think, if we go carefully, we're going to get there. We're going to redefine a better reality. A 1.1 should be better than the 1.0. And that's where we're heading with Envelop. We hope to see you there. Thank you. Thank you.